Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, as things stand today, seemingly the Kenya Kwanza coalition are on the right path. They have so many problems, housekeeping issues, but they don't bring it in public. They negotiate behind the scene. Then what they bring in their press briefing is only what you will see. But now coming to Raila Odinga, in the beginning Raila had the best strategy with a strong coalition. You can't compare what he has to William Ruto. But seemingly, Raila is facing a lot of crises in his Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya coalition party. This crisis in Azimio is emerging because Kalonzo Musyoka is feeling that there is emerging betrayal in this coalition. Because in the beginning, they had signed a document with Jubilee and ODM, meaning three political parties coming together to sign an agreement, which secured a chance for Kalonzo Musyoka as the running mate Raila Odinga. But the question that is rising here today is that what about the other 23 political parties that are coming together to form this coalition? Because they have about 26 parties, I think. So the question is, what about these other political parties? And that's the question Kenyans are asking themselves. As Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta were signing to a document of putting three political parties together, what were they thinking about these other small parties that were supporting this team? And this is the reason why Alfred Mutua was making noise. That's why the 7 political parties came together to make noise so that they can be included into this formation. Because you cannot have 23 political parties supporting you, but even in the document you are depositing to the registrar of political parties, you don't include their interest into that document. And what we are facing now in Azimio, the exchange between Alfred Mutua and the Kalonzo Musyoka allies is not healthy. But Alfred Mutua has a point. Why do you want us to support you when in your document you are saying that zoning should happen? Why do you want us to support you when in your document you don't include our names in the agreement? And why do you want us to support you when you don't want in our input in the selection of a running mate, when you needed us as you were looking for endorsement for Raila Odinga, because they endorsed Raila Odinga? I want to listen to him shortly on what issues Alfred Mutua has problem with when it comes to the demand from Wiper Party. In my view, I feel that Kalonzo Musyoka is asking for too much. Yes, it is true, he should be among the preferred people to be a running mate Raila Odinga. But again, when you go ahead and demand that the Azimio la Umoja coalition party should only comprise three political parties at three-legged stool, what do you mean when you talk about inclusion? So inclusivity will happen how? When you want to exclude 23 political parties. Really, it does not make sense. Kalonzo should come out and be sincere to Kenyans. Because you need the support of these people. But again, even in the formation of this coalition, you don't want their name to appear. I think to me that is not making sense. This coalition should comprise of all these 26 political parties. These 23 should be recognized. If there is any beneficiation they will need to get, then they should be part of that benefits. Because once you leave them out, tell me, even if the political party funds will come, will you share with them? Because I know most of these parties will not reach the threshold to be a parliamentary party. Most of them will not. I think Wiper, Ford Kenya, Wiper, Jubilee, and the ODM might reach the threshold. But what about the small ones? So Kalonzo is asking for too much. Now, when it comes to the issue of zoning, how do you want to force zoning when you have other 23 political parties that are bringing their support? Zoning, it means you want to put them out. You want to edge these political parties out. Then, how is inclusivity in that way? How do you want Charity Ngilu to support Azimio, but then you are oppressing her down there not to produce any candidate? You want Ukambani to remain for Wiper. It's not possible. I mean, chapter party, what will they do? So, in my view, there are things they need to revisit in that agreement. Because now you see the exchange between Alfred Mutua and the Kalonzo allies is not healthy. That attack will be seen as if Raila Odinga is setting Kalonzo Musyoka using Alfred Mutua. But Mutua, what he's speaking is true. It makes sense. There are issues they need to compromise. Now you see the fight has become between Mutua and Kalonzo. And seemingly people will start gauging that Raila Odinga is the one pushing for Mutua to fight Kalonzo. So, Kalonzo was coming out as the kingmaker in this election. But the way he's playing his politics, which to some extent is making Raila Odinga to look like a disadvantaged candidate, when he was coming out with a strong, formidable team with the whopping 26 political parties. You can't ignore these small parties. So Kalonzo need to make an informed decision moving forward. Kama anasisitiza akue running mate, let him resolve his problem with Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. I wonder how they will play this, but the issue of zoning and excluding this other political party should be dealt with, so that these people will feel being part of this team. Otherwise, at the end of the day, Kalonzo is going to look awkward, because in one hand he's saying that Raila Odinga, I'm going to support you if we quote his words, that I will support you, but it does not care what position you're going to give me. What matters is you becoming the president. Then the following day, they go ahead and write a letter seeking to stop the ongoing formalization of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party. What do you mean? What you speak in public is different. Again, what you come up and demand is also different. People are going to see you like a confused person, or a person who wants to confuse the people. And now it is going to reach a level when Raila Odinga supporters are going to tag Kalonzo Musyoka as a William Samoei Ruto mole in Kenya Kwanza coalition. This is the tag that Kalonzo Musyoka is going to earn. And therefore, most of the people in Azimio, they are not going to trust Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. They are going to lose his trust. And once you are working in a team that has no trust in you, tell me, even how are you going to work freely with these people? In this campaign, how are you going to even work with these people? To me, it does not make sense. So, Uhuru Kenyatta, Kalonzo Musyoka, Raila Odinga need to quickly look for a way to solve this problem, because now it is giving their opponent more mileage. Because now you see they have launched their coalition. They look like people who have already agreed, and they are speaking with one voice. We know they have problems, but those problems zinafanyika huko chini, nyuma huko, is housekeeping business, not public issues. I don't know what to think about this, but that's my view. So let us have a continuation of this conversation through the comment section. But please remember to subscribe, like, and share our video. See you in our next video.